It's cold. Alright, we're back in the commercial. It is Friday, March 22nd. We were actually in the valley yesterday. So Wednesday we did the post, and we only spent a few hours out here doing that to get that going. It was pretty nice. And then we had friends come over, so we had a fun night with them. And then we yesterday we had our dentist appointment. Man, it feels like we just had it done. We love our dentist up here, probably the best we've ever had. The doctor and the hygienist both. Shout out to you guys if you're watching this. I know our hygienist watches a lot of these videos, so you crack us up, man. We have great conversations with you. All right, so did that and then did some shopping, and by the time we got home we were already pooped out for wanting to come back and work anything. In fact, I think we got home about 4 anyway, so it was pretty much the end of our day, so we just relaxed. All right, so now I'm back in here. It's beautiful today. 61, 62, I think. It's probably already about 55. It's a little chilly in the building still, just from overnight, but so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to get these boards hung up on the Gabion, the next section. I'm going to get those hung up. I'll probably be doing that here first. And then I'm going to, and I already started painting bolts because we got a whole bunch of bolts again from Home Depot. And we got more wood, a whole bunch, like 10 2x6s, some 2x4s. And we're going to basically have these as our backdrop. These are 12 footers. I do have 4x6s got to do. I'm going to cut a 4x4 pressure treated to do the base again, and it's just have some extra protection on that, and that'll kind of be my start, just like the other sections of the walls, but this will be wood versus Gabion. I left you running. Went over and spray painted the other side, all those nuts and bolts and fun stuff. Okay, so we got this level. I'll double check in a second, and then making sure my bolt pattern is the same because they are different. And then we need 12 inches up. the... I'm gonna double check it tomorrow because I'm not doing concrete. It's end of day. I gotta go make some salsa again. Alright. And it looks like it's even with all the other ones. It's a busy day. Alright, back in the commercial, and it is Saturday the 23rd of March of 2024, and it is yesterday was beautiful. Oh my gosh, beautiful. We need like 3 months of that straight, though we do need rain and all. This wind hit about an hour ago. It's about 11 o'clock right now, 11:30. And this wind started up. This is the front of the next storm. And we have rain, potential snow around 11 o'clock tonight. And then for the next couple of days, going to be really cold, down to the 30s again. Oh, just when you think it's spring, even some of our trees are starting to bud a little bit, and then it gets cold again. So, all right, so yesterday, as you saw, got a lot of the hardware up, got another section of the frame for the Gabion, and we got the base pressure treated along the base of the long section that's going to be all wood and poles. And again, on the pressure on the bottom, we're going to be having, the reason I did that is we're going to be having pavers with sand and everything going right up to that. And so that's just going to be just a nice little barrier and a stopper for where we're going to stop with the pavers and everything. So that way we're not stopping to nothing, like, you know, so this will be a nice way to just have a little extra support on the base there too. I got some house cleaning done, commercial building cleaning done, and now to start cutting, staining, gonna go measure. Just a little pickup sure helps, just putting stuff back to where it belongs. It looks like a mess, and it is, but it's an organized mess. My friend called it organized chaos, which I would agree with him, because I know where everything goes. It's like, even though it's all over the place, I know where to go to find it again. So, yeah. All right, let's get to work on this now. The railroad tie for the long area, one of them, the inside is out and angles in, so it's not perfectly square railroad tie. So the bottom is worse than the top. The bottom was actually 8-degree difference from where this board's going to touch to where it'd fling out. The pressure treated on the bottom does have a gap. It's kind of covered up with the bracket, and the pressure treat is going to be flush with the ground, the pavers anyway. But this, I don't want to have that big of a gap. So I did 8 degrees on the board that the camera's sitting on. And then the top, it's barely off. I'm doing 2 degrees just for the top. And that's just it's barely, you could tell, just eyeball, it's just barely off. So let's try that. Perfect. Okay, so next question is, when I get it up there with 2 degrees, you can barely tell it, so it's going to be stained and everything. I gotta, you know what, I can probably mark it with a marker on the end, because this will be hidden anyway. So we'll just mark it 2 degrees. There you go. We'll mark this 8 degrees. Nice. The stain will, you can see through it with the stain. Alright, now I gotta flip this around because my table saw has been helping. These arms on the portable is not strong enough. Man, this thing's like, must be filled with water. It's a heavy one. Epic fail. Not epic, small fail. So I just cut the 2 degrees, lifted that heavy board, and guess what? It's a 10-footer. I need a 12-footer. I grabbed the wrong board. It looked like a 12-footer. It felt like a 12-footer. But it's a 10-footer. And I just cut 2 degrees off of it. So I already marked it. So when I need another 55-inch. I could probably use this one. And then I'll just use that one next. So not a big deal, but lifted all that. Now I gotta put it back. I thought the same pile I got the 12-footer from, but no, I have 2 other 12-footers sitting next to it. Take a nap. I want to get that concrete done today. It's still in the back of the truck. Be doing a small one over here. And then this might be a cool spot for a lamppost or something, I don't know. Or maybe just go diagonal maybe. But there's probably concrete in that corner, so I can't get too close to that pole. We'll see. Alright, I've spent about a half hour thinking, and because of my measurement, I only have 75 inches high above that bottom pressure treated 4x4. So my design, I think, was at 77, I don't remember, something like that. So I need to, and I thought I had 4 inches, so somewhere in my calculation was off. I need to order more L brackets. I want the L brackets because it'll match the other ones. So I definitely want that on there, and I need it to hold this. It's gonna hold fine, probably, should be. But just to be sure, I want to be able to, let me think. The 2x4 is going to be behind it. And there's a lot that's going to go into that corner. Let's see. There's going to be about 2-inch hole here, which goes to about here. That doesn't give much here. I could shorten it, which would be fine, because I'm only trying to go 1.5 inches. I just don't want to take too much out of that spot. I could do this first, drill this hole later. The board that's going to be behind there's going to be a 2x4 lights under here, and then there'll be a board back under here. And what that's going to do is go all the way through and even go into the railroad tie. So it's not even going to be held up by this part. It doesn't have to be. Okay, so that's the only concern. With that, I got 6 poles now that I could put in. And then trying to make it easy to figure out where they go, I can just go right in the middle of the 5.5 inch. Here's the things, these 5.5 inch wide, these 6-inch boards, you know, that's true 5.5. It's not even true 5.5. So maybe shrinkflation, I don't know, but it's now like a 1/4 inch, or I'm sorry, a 1/16 to almost an 1/8 off. And when you stack that many over time, it makes a significant difference. I was off by about 3/8 to maybe even 1/2 inch by the time all this was stacked up. And I double checked to make sure all these were same. All the scrap pieces I'm using, these are just all scrap pieces. So, and sure enough, it's so we're gonna go 71 inches total height. So that means I gotta trim this board down. All right. You know what? I just realized I need to cut these holes in these before I can even stain them. All right, got the poles ready to paint. Battery's almost out, and I'm gonna stain these big ones. I'll work on the sides later, maybe tomorrow.